Hi everyone, my name is Pursley and welcome back to our WADA weekly discussions. Today we're on week 10 and for our discussion this week we'll be discussing the aspects of comparing online and offline communication as well as applying theory to real-life relationship problems. So without any further ado, let's just jump into it. So our first prompt that we'll be discussing is, in what ways do online and offline communication differ in the context of relationship building? So in both online and offline communication, nonverbal and verbal cues play a crucial role in shaping how messages are conveyed. In face-to-face interactions, you will probably notice that people rely on their own set of array of nonverbal signals, such as the use of body language, the use of facial expressions, or the use of tone of voice, the use of eye contact, the use of gestures. And this really should enhance the aspect of your communication experience. So in my videos a lot, I intentionally incorporate these aspects. You may not even notice, but I do intentionally incorporate many of these elements to create a more engaging and memorable viewing experience. By leveraging these techniques, I am not to only communicate effectively, but also have a lasting impact on either the person I'm discussing in person or the person I'm discussing to you right now digitally through this video. So yeah, I aim to create a memorable experience whenever I have a discussion with somebody utilizing those set of skills. So nonverbal cues are oftentimes limited or absent in online communication, especially in more text-based formats such as like Snapchat or Twitter or just iMessaging. Nonverbal communication is often absent, and this is where verbal communication oftentimes comes into play. And this is where we're going to be discussing applying theory to real-life relationship problems. So basing off the paper with Dr. Barbaro and Dr. Westerman, they cite WADA 1992 on page number 3, who asserts that the social information processing theory, SIPT, is based on the premise that individuals are motivated and capable of achieving interpersonal goals through electronic communication channels. SIPT demonstrates how people adjust their communication styles to compensate for the absence of non-verbal cues, using tools like emojis or emoticons, specific word choices, bold word choices, or even the timing of a message itself can be a verbal sense of communication. If a community is facing challenges with engagement or interpersonal conflict, SIPT can help reveal how individuals may be miscommunicating or using digital cues that are ineffective in building meaningful social connections. For instance, my own personal example, silly example that often I use a lot, whenever I email a teacher, I always send a smiley face at the end of a message. And it has the dots and the other 2 dots next to it. And why do I do this? I don't really know. I think it shows a good sign of faith. It shows that I want to be engaged in the conversation. But oftentimes, the use of a smiley face has nothing to do with the overall message of what I'm trying to send. It's just there to be. It doesn't really elevate my message. But it kind of does in this sense, because that's an emotion that's present right there. And I know that sounds kind of like rambling, but it's kind of off script. But that kind of just shows that, like, you know, emotions that are present, you know, they should just be there. But right now, it's not really necessarily an issue, but it can become a personal issue. For instance, it could be your own personal set of contention, essentially. So anyways, to conclude off this video, what are some of your own personal examples that you use often to build your own personal verbal online skills in any shape or fashion? And yeah, thank you for watching this week. Stay awesome, y'all, and I hope that y'all have a good weekend, y'all. Thank you.